Can you tell me your name?
My name is Terri Keith.
And you have a daughter here?
Yes, I have a daughter in 10th grade at Met West High School, and I'm here volunteering to help make the school better.
Cool. And why did you decide to have your daughter come to Met West?
Well, the main reason I chose Met West was because of the size. My daughter has learning differences that she struggled through most of her academic career with, and I like the fact that there's only 20 people in her class, and her teacher can focus on those 20 students and not have to worry about the whole school. And it's worked out for Kayla because she's gotten the help and support that she needs.
What was happening here today?
Oh, one of the things that they do here, as opposed to giving midterms and finals and individualized testing, is the students present the knowledge that they've gained in an exhibition format where they speak in front of a group of people and explain what they've learned over the past few weeks and how it's related to their lives and what they think about it and how they can make changes in the world. We're very committed to social justice and positive changes in the world at this school.
Can you say more about how social justice shows up at the school?
Well, our main curriculum is for 9th and 10th grades, the curriculum is oppression liberation. I'm not sure exactly what they do for 10th grade, but I know in 11th grade they study the prison industrial complex. And as opposed to, reading American history and George Washington landed here or slept there, they learn about what real people go through, and particularly people of color and poor people. And as a benefit to all of us, we learn about all kinds of civil rights movement, and we're very fortunate to be having the one and only Dolores Huerta to be coming to our school next week and share with us her experiences and knowledge. And we've dedicated our common space to her, so it's called Huerta Hall.
Wow, very cool. So you were telling me before that you were an educator yourself.
Yes, I was an educator. I feel like an educator, but I taught in classrooms for 30 years in New York City and a couple of years in Ann Arbor, Michigan when I lived there.
You're very familiar with the fact then that the sort of dominant narrative about education right now is more testing, more standardized curriculum.
No child left behind.
No child left behind, privatization, all those kinds of things. What Met West is doing is quite counter to that. What's the advantage of a school like this relative to that formula that's being pushed by the dominant educational narrative?
Well, I think the dominant educational narrative leads to people who can only succeed up to a certain level. For example, public schools were originally designed to educate the masses so that they could be factory workers. Well, we now know that there's a lot more involved in this world than working in a factory. And one of the things that Met West does is it individualizes its programs so that each student is met where they're at and helped to grow and develop in an area of importance. And most of our students come from low-income families, so they're very familiar with the struggles of poverty. And we just help them to learn, one, how it's not their fault, how it's systematic and they get sucked into the system, and three, and I think most importantly, what they can do to overcome it and to get out of that situation and to help to not only improve their lives but the lives of their community. And we grow, I like to say, really healthy people who want to make a difference in the world, and usually in a positive direction.
Nice. In a lot of schools, parents are either seen by educators as a nuisance or, at best, fundraisers, or not seen as an integral part of the school community. What are the opportunities for parents here to be a part of the school?
Well, one of the things we do, and actually this is one of the things I work on here, is because my title, if you want to call that, is a family liaison. And one of the things we try to do, at least at this point, because it's still new for the school, is we're trying to engage parents on a social level so that they can come to events. So, for example, the day before the holiday of Thanksgiving, we have a family potluck, or where each group is going to, like, one group is going to bring desserts, another group is going to bring drinks, and we're going to all sit together and dine to celebrate. And that's something that families are invited to. We also have the school site committee, schools, I think that's what they call SSC, and they make decisions about what we can do to improve our school for students, and also how a certain percentage of our budget is spent. to address the needs of low-income students, immigrant population, and students with special needs.
Nice. Going back to the question about the different paradigm that's operating here, how much do you think this kind of a model could actually go to a larger scale? I don't mean the school itself being larger, but is this a school that only a certain type of student could be successful in, or is this something actually that there could be lots and lots and lots of students and schools like this, and it would work for a very broad population of students?
I think it would definitely work for a broad population of students, but only because it's based on the individual. And so we can duplicate this model in other places. We can't necessarily expand it. So we don't want our school to get any bigger, and we have lots of people on the waiting list who want to be here. What we want for OUSD to do is to open more schools like this. And I don't know all the statistics, but I know if you follow the information on the Big Picture Learning website, they actually say it's cost effective to work this way. Like I said, I don't know the budgets and all that stuff, but I do know for students as a parent that it's the best possible education she could have, because it's really a challenging program. It's not like you can't just sit back and relax and get an A, but you're not out there by yourself. You have the support of your parents, you have the support of your advisor, you have the support of your mentor, and you also have the support of your peers, because each student has a peer coach. So while the challenge is great, the support is greater, and that makes it really successful.
Nice.
Okay.
Anything else that you want to say that we haven't addressed?
I would just hope that people in the field of education would come and visit us and see our model, so that they can see how, if they can't incorporate the whole program, maybe there's aspects of it that they could use within their classroom. And being an educator, as I was for 30 years, I always like to find new innovative methods of teaching. And the most important thing, I think, if you know anything about kids and teaching, is it needs to be individualized, because everybody's an individual.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.